everything that I'm doing, just keep doing it. So you door knock that street 5 times throughout the course of the campaign. In this industry, you probably can't really have a plan B. Every single client I get, I just want to be the best for them. Yeah.
Welcome to the Freedom Property Podcast, the modern real estate brand empowering excellence. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back in the studio, and today we have got Mr. Harrison Campbell in the building.
What's going on?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
I haven't. This is the first one.
All right, nice.
A bit nervous, so we'll see how
we'll go easy on you, mate. We'll go easy. I like your freedom jacket.
Yeah, bit classy.
It looks the business, bro. It looks the business. How's real estate going?
It's good.
Side of town.
Good. It's treating me well so far. Still pretty fresh into it. I've been in it for about 2 years now.
Yep.
Just over. So still a lot to learn.
Absolutely.
A lot to go. So it's good.
Yeah. So what are you doing every day?
Start to finish, kind of how my day goes.
Yeah.
Come in, just try and knock out my seller and buyer calls. It's good having that system in place because it just kind of keeps you on track.
Yeah.
So I'll come in. We've got a bit of a schedule that we try and follow. So, get to smash out a bunch of buyer calls first, see where they're at, then follow up with the seller calls, see if we can match anyone up with each other.
Nice.
Once that's all cleared, and obviously your anniversaries, do your main calls, and then have some lunch, and then crack on with prospecting.
Nice.
Speaking to people, cold calling, door knocking, sign jumps.
Yep.
Everything just to try and get business.
So you're cleaning your dashboard in the morning?
Yeah.
And then you're out prospecting in the afternoon?
Pretty much, yeah. I feel like I'm a little bit more hungry for it in the afternoon, so that's when I'm a little bit more, I wouldn't say ruthless, but I'm a little bit more outgoing in the afternoons. So that's when I head out. And
it's nice to know your dashboard's clean too, like you've got back to everybody that you said you were going to get back to.
Yeah.
And then out hunting for new business. So so you're doing a lot of door knocking?
Yeah, we try and divvy it up, so it all depends on kind of days, weather and everything like that, of course. But you either cold calling or door knocking, it's one or the other.
Yep.
And you try and do one of those every single day.
Yep.
Sometimes I like to cold call, just say from 12 till 3 or whatever the times are. Go and have some lunch and then go out after 5 o'clock and do my door knocking.
Nice.
Whether that's just listed, just solds, or sign jumps, whatever it is, because you just get more people in.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're talking to people.
Yeah.
That's your main priority.
So you're door knocking around your listings, around your sales and sign jumps.
That's it. Yeah.
How's that go?
It's good. We have the thing called, Hooley, my principal. He has set from the day dot rule of 5. So you door knock that street 5 times throughout the course of the campaign.
Nice.
So before, pretty much as soon as I list it, maybe the next day or 2, depending on how close it's coming onto the market.
Yep.
Do up a letter, door knock the street, just let you know we got this one coming up.
Nice.
Keep an eye out for it. Just want to give you the heads up. It might get a bit busy.
Yeah.
Then go back. Here's the letter, check it out online, and then invite to open home. If it's gone on the market for a little bit, you do a campaign summary. So just to let you know, here's some of the stats, how it's all going. And then when it's all sold, you go back around, and by that time you've spoken to everyone, you're gaining a little bit of relationship from there.
Yep.
And hopefully by the end of it, you're ready to pounce on the, are you ready to sell question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to go in for the kill straight away, do you?
No. Sometimes if the opportunities, I think it's there, you can try for it, but it's all relationships at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Gain their trust and ask for the business at the end, hopefully.
Definitely. Yeah, well, Hooley's, a prospecting master.
Yeah.
So, he's a good person to learn off because we were cold calling and door knocking machines back when I first started. That's all we used to do. We used to have competitions in the office about who could make the most phone calls. Yeah. So you're learning off someone that's is very, very good at that side of the business. It's it's quite daunting though, knocking on a door.
Oh yeah. Oh, for my first couple of times, I was absolutely crapping it. I was terrified, fresh into it, and had pretty big shoes to fill. Door knocking around Hooley's listings and helping him out with it. And I remember when I first started, I was procrastinating a little bit. I was a little bit scared to go out, and I was having my lunch before I went out, and I saw a Tom Panos video, perfect time, and he said, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Got there in the end. And I saw that, and it just put a little bit of a spring in my step.
Yeah.
I just thought,
It's not supposed to be easy, is it? You know, like if it was easy knocking on that door, then everyone would be doing it.
100%.
You know, it is. It's quite confronting not knowing what you're going into there, and like, you know what it's like. Real estate agents, like, they don't necessarily want you knocking on their door. So, like, how can you knock on their door and provide these people with value?
I guess at the end of the day, it's just giving them value, and that goes back to the start of it. You don't just go up on the door and say, "Hey, I'm an agent. Do you want to sell?" Because they're just going to close the door on you. Happened many times, but I guess you give them value. So, hey, just letting you know, this one's sold around the corner. There's no price displayed online, but I've got it for you here. Have a look at it. You know, have a look at online and just give value. Help them out, and then ask for the business later.
Absolutely. Are you asking for their email address straight away?
It depends on the conversation I have with them at the door, and if it's the rule of 5, I know I'm going to be going back in a week's time. So if they're, you know, the dinner's on and you can just not sense it from them there, I'll wait. But if the opportunity's there, trying to get their name, number, I guess it all just comes down to how you set it up as well. You just say, "What's your email?" They're just going to be, why are you doing that? You know, you just be like, "Oh, this is my little patch here. I'll follow you up and I'll send you an email just from some sales. But I'll grab your phone number and just send you a text just to make sure you got it."
Awesome.
And when you explain it, they're a little bit more open to giving it to you instead of just like, another agent's going to be calling me all the time.
Look what I'm doing for your neighbors right now, which I'm not doing for you yet. That's a really good one. Because it's like they feel like they're, you know, they're missing out on something. So I always say that, you know, what I'm doing for your neighbors currently, which I'm not doing for you yet, which I'd like to do, is I send an email once a month, and on that email, it's got every sale that happens in the area. It's definitely information you want to find out. So I'll start sending that to you if you like. What's your email address? You know, so just get their email address, you know, like create that campaign, create that audience, and we start to send them things that, you know, are relevant and, you know, provide value. So, like, what are your numbers like when you're door knocking and cold calling? Like how many calls do you have to make to try and find like someone that wants to sell? Do you know?
No. Do you mean, is that an actual?
Well, like
question?
You know, like roughly how many like potential like vendors do you meet a day?
I try the thing that we do in our office. We have to try and get 2 potential vendors per day.
Nice.
Regardless of what it is, and that has helped me stay on track as well. So when I'm doing my cold calls, I'll set it all out on a piece of paper. I'll do my cold calls, and you know, I'll just say not it, like didn't answer or spoke to, and I'll make my connections list. So there's one thing calling 100 people, but if you're only speaking to 5 of them, it's pointless. So I'm more of how many people I speak to. And just trying to get 2 potential vendors a day. Definitely. Whether that's door knocking, cold call, and whatever it is.
Which is realistic. You should be able to get that. You know, like if you spend most of your day prospecting, you should be able to get a lot of. I tend to go for emails. I try to say, rather than potential sellers these days, I try to get email addresses. I want to get everybody in my suburbs email. Because if you've got their email, then you've got an audience. We can attack them on social media. We can attack them through email. You know, we can then see who opens the email. We can then retarget them again. You know, if you can start to do things in your suburb as well, like giveaways, like Beck from the office recently, she did this giveaway, this $2,000 Bunnings giveaway. So, and she said, in order to go into the competition to win the Bunnings giveaway, all you need to do is live in this suburb and give me your email. So she had like 120 people give her. So imagine how long it'd take you to get 120 email addresses. So she did this $2,000 ad, and she spent $1,000 behind it. She got 120 you know, potential vendors basically in the area, in the areas that she wants to sell in. 2 of them ended up becoming sellers of hers straight away, because she obviously rings these people and says hello. She then sends them out a realtor, like a proposal. Now, you know, every 3 months they're going to get that realtor proposal, and she just keeps them in the loop. You know, and now because they're trapped in the funnel, because they've inquired on that ad, now what happens is that whenever Beck does another ad, they automatically get hit with it on social media because they're trapped in the funnel. So like that's a real powerful thing. I reckon you should start to do a little bit more of that. Because if you were doing that prospecting that you're doing as well as you did that, so you got the inbound stuff and then you're going out there doing the outbound stuff, you'll be able to double down. And, you know, because the more powerful thing is that they're trapped in that funnel. Like, because now every single ad, they just get hit with it.
Yeah.
I hear all these agents say it to me all the time. They're like, Josh, you must be spending so much on social media right now. And I'm like, no, you're just trapped in my funnel.
Yeah. I'm trapped in it.
Yeah,
I can't go on Facebook without seeing you. I'm like, this guy again.
Well, that's what you're trying to create.
Yeah.
That's what we should try and do a little bit more with you guys, like modern day real estate, you know, because very, very, this part of real estate you guys are doing so well. And I reckon if we can add that into it, I reckon your business is just going to keep going from strength to strength. So, you know, like your business is going from strength to strength either way. Like you had your biggest ever quarter last quarter. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, and it feels like that was, you know, it was coming with you know, like it's like you've just been chipping away here and there. And he's like, there's a good few months. Then it pulls back a bit, the roller coaster of real estate. And then bang, you have a good quarter. But how do you maintain that now? This podcast show is all about you, agents. It's all about giving you the tips, the tricks, the strategies to take your business and your life to the next level. I'm very passionate about helping real estate agents, and the more people that subscribe and like this show, the better guests we can get on and the more value we can bring to you. So follow us, give us a like, and tell your friends. Look forward to working with you.
Just keep doing the do. That's again, one of the first things Hooli said to me was keep doing the do.
Keep doing the do.
Just it's plain and simple. You know, just sometimes you want to slack off a little bit. You might be a bit tired and you think, oh, I could do with a bit of an early finish. And you think, no, you look at your dashboard, you see the figures, and, you know, everyone's got goals that they want to achieve. And, you know, I'll just I want to get to that figure. Yeah. I'm not going to do that by heading home early today. So I'll, you know, jump back on and make another 10 connects. And just everything that I'm doing, just keep doing it. Yeah. And it's just going to happen. Speak to as many people as I can. And eventually it's going to work out.
Absolutely. Do you like, obviously, because you guys, you work out of your own office there in Thornlands, and you've got your own team. Do you like to look at the big national dashboard and sort of like use that as a bit of competition for yourself? Or
did at the start, but in a way, it was just kind of like, I don't want to focus on anyone else really. I just want to keep doing the way I'm doing. Yeah. You know, it did help me seeing a few of the younger fellas in there and ladies doing some of the figures that they're doing. You think, oh, holy crap, I need to, you know, do better. But I just kind of stay at my own pace, and you know, I've got the goals that I want to work towards. And if I see someone else smashing it, you know, it can be a little bit disheartening in some stages.
Yeah. What about the phone calls though? They're like, do you look at that one?
Yeah,
like, because that's like, don't worry about the numbers. Yeah. Don't worry about the amount of sales someone's getting right now, because that will come. It's like, who's consistently at the top of the phone call list? Yeah. Because what you'll see is that usually reflects in the income. Yeah. So whoever's, you know, putting the most effort into the phone calls, who's doing that consistently each week, you'll see them creeping up that sales dashboard as well. Yeah. So that's the one you want to stay focused on. Definitely. You know, because that will keep you really accountable. Yeah. Because I'd love to see you guys, like, especially you young lads in that office, I'd love to see you like be at the top of those calls every week. Yeah. Because I'd be like, here we go. Yeah.
He's doing it.
Yeah. Because that's all it's about. And obviously, if you're out there collecting a door knock as well, you can come back, you can put them into the system. And obviously in the morning when you put them into the system, send them out something via email. And if you can send out the real tears as well, which I'll show you, that will again, take your business to the next level, I reckon, because just that professional proposal that you can send through. Definitely. So what do you think you guys do a little bit different to everybody else at the moment? What's your point of difference?
I guess it's just the support to our vendors, really. At the end of the day, that's the highest priority. Nice. Just doing the best we can for our vendors. I know everyone does that, but, you know, for instance, the acreage I just sold, it was the kids were selling it on behalf of the parents, and it was sat vacant for ages, and there was a lot of work to do. And they were slugging it out, and they were struggling a little bit. So Dylan and I hooked the trailer up, took an afternoon off, and went up and did a couple tip runs for them, and jump on a shed and was blowing the leaves off and just getting around them. Yeah. And, you know, again, a property in my little patch in Thornlands, took it over from another agent. They didn't sell it. And when I went over, Hooli and I went over and had a look around the property, have a meeting with the tenants because it was an investment property. It wasn't presented in the best form. And the seller, he'd never even seen the house before. He lived in Sydney, never seen it. Yeah. So I texted him, I was like, mate, leave it with me. So again, took an afternoon off. I was quite quiet at that stage. Mulched the gardens myself, trimmed the hedges front and back, mowed the grass, and then put it onto the market with high quality media where before it wasn't. And sold it within, you know, a couple of weeks, and the other agent didn't do it in 3 months.
So good.
It was not really much magic for myself. It's just,
but yeah, a bit more care.
Just get it ready the first time.
Absolutely.
Present it in its best form, and just try and help the sellers out.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. You gotta, like, when you're first getting started, you gotta do whatever you gotta do.
100%.
You know, like, you gotta get these listings. You know, like, you bend over backwards for these sellers, and they'll support you.
And even with that, with my little community, there's a community page on Facebook as well. So even though I was doing that and a few people were walking by, I still had this shirt on with the freedom on the back, and you know, just in my shorts. But I got a couple of photos of me and I posted into the community page, and and I did that. And then I did like a tip run for another person. I posted in the community page, and I'd go out door knocking, and I introduced myself. I spoke to this lady at the door, and this massive dog came to the door, and we spoke about the dog for like the first minute. Didn't say who I was or anything. And then I was just like, oh, anyway, my name's, and she's like, stop me. She's like, I know who you are. Saw you doing the lawns the other day, and, you know, doing the tip runs. And I almost felt famous for a little bit. I was walking around and not my freedom stuff, and people were like, hey, Harrison, what's the one on the corner going for? And I guess it was just being seen for doing something different.
Definitely.
And a lot of like people commenting on the page like, oh, my agent never did this for me. And, you know, it's just been a little bit different. Yeah,
well, you've got to capture these moments, you know, 100%. Because, you know, that's next time give the media boys a call and just say, can you pop over and just take a quick film of us, and you can explain what you're doing, explain the situation. You know, like normally we wouldn't do this, but, you know, someone's got to do it for the seller, and we're happy to chip in when we have to. You know, this kind of agents we are, we care. And I think if we do this, we're going to get the seller more money. That's why we're doing it, but we'll see. And then we can come back and film you selling the property, and you can say, well, it worked. You know, we sold it in 2 weeks. This was on the market previously for 90 days. These are the stories that we need to put behind digital marketing around that location consistently. Because these sales, they're so hard to find. These listings, they're so hard to find. So when you find one, and if you have a story around it, that story, it needs to be told. And that story, if it's told well, consistently, and over and over and over again on multiple properties to the same people, they're going to pick you as their agent, and they're not going to even be selling their home. That's how you win in this business. You know, like it just takes time. You just got to keep telling these stories, but capture these moments. Don't waste a moment. Like, you're going to be like, oh, it might cost me $300 to get the media team out there. It's going to cost you a lot more than it does. It's not doing it, you know?
What happens if you know, get a listing from that, and that's just paid you X amount, and you think about putting $300 in as investment and getting, you know, a large sum of money.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this, if you can do this, you know, you've got the hard work down packed. And I think if we can just sharpen up that marketing side.
And that's what we said, you know, as a team, you know, and that's what we're starting to implement now a little bit too. We do everything quite well, I'd say, but no one's really seen us too much. I've started, you know, sponsoring a couple of videos here and there, just, you know, not too much of it, but I feel like that's the one thing that we're missing. It's just being seen by people.
Definitely. And it's a popularity contest.
100%.
So to everybody all the time, I'm like, who's the most known in your area? They're automatically going to get a call in. Who have they done business with before? You haven't got that, you know, repeat referral clients yet because you're so new into the game. So how do you get to the top? You've got to get noticed. How do you get noticed? Social media. You know, do it well, do it smart, be savvy, be a little bit edgy, do things that other people aren't doing. Step out of your comfort zone and just do it. If they don't watch it, who cares? If they like it, sweet. You know, do another one. Let's see what works. Testing, you know, just got to keep marketing yourself. You know, that's what we say. That's what marketing is, just testing.
100%.
Just test it, bro.
Just being seen. You know, you look at all the ads on online, on the TV, it's the biggest ones that are always just being seen. It's just because, you know, you think of toothpaste, you go to that one person or...
Absolutely.
You just got to be front of mind.
Drill it into them. Drill it into them. So, no, it's exciting, bro. It's good to have you guys, and it's good to see someone like yourself come brand new into real estate, because I feel like that's what Freedom has been good at, bringing in brand new people into real estate and making them successful, because we've got so many of those case studies. But yeah, what's your goals? Like, what do you want to achieve? You feel like real estate's it for you? Like,
Yeah, I mean, in this industry, you probably can't really have a plan B. I figured that out from an early age. I wanted to do this for years.
Yeah.
And, you can't really look past it. You got to be all in or, get out, I guess with goals, everyone's got, their GCI goals. Everyone wants to make a certain amount of money. And I guess that's just a good motivator.
Yeah.
Like I said before, you look at the dashboard and think, oh, I want to make this amount, but if I go home early or I take this day off, that what happens if I made that one call that day and it, leads to getting me over the line?
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. Obviously, everyone's got to do that. But I think on a smaller scale, I would probably say just giving the best service to my clients.
Yeah.
Every single client I get, I just want to be the best for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have too many at this stage. So you want to make sure when you get one, you're doing everything you can for that. And obviously, being a young agent, going up against some, I could be going up against you that have been doing it for years and years.
Yep.
Why are they going to choose me? And when they do choose me, I want to impress them.
Yeah.
I want them to be sitting at the dinner table when the sold sticker's up and then thinking, I'm glad we took that risk on that young bloke.
Definitely.
He's going to do well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I want.
It's the same for everyone when they get started, bro. I was exactly the same. I was exactly the same as you, brand new, young, going up against all of the top agents. You just got to want it more. You just got to do the extras and, you just got to give them your point of difference and keep doing those little things. You don't need to win every single one at the moment, but there's 4 people probably that are going to sell in the next 60 days. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
At least 4. Guarantee you got to get them 4. How are you going to get them 4? How badly do you want that 4?
Yeah.
Have you really done everything possible for that 4? Have they got a gift at the front door? Has they had this? Have you done anything to help them with their smoke alarms? Have you done anything to help them with their pool safety? Have you linked them up with a stylist? Is there anything that you could be doing for them that you haven't? What have you done for those 4? Because 3 of them you're definitely going to get if you do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like you've got to get them listings. The ones that are definitely coming on, they're the ones you need.
Yeah.
So you don't have to dig for gold right now. You just got to make sure you get the ones you're getting. It's like, I found a seller. You're like, oh yeah, pass them over there. I'll go find some more. And it's like, hey.
Why are you getting them all into the pot and you're not even servicing them?
Seriously. Just make sure that you use that system for what it is. Make sure you know who's coming on next month.
Yeah.
Make sure you're all over those people. Do you know what they look like? Do you know what their face looks like? Have you shaken their hand?
Yeah.
Have you been inside their living room? Have you had a cup of tea there?
Yeah.
What have you given them? Do they feel like they have to give you that listing? That's where you need to be.
100%.
That's awesome, bro. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a good chat. Appreciate it. You're a legend. Let's see what you can do, eh?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Cheers, bro.